Oh, so you...
If you want to arrest somebody, where else can it be easy than the police station? He was arrested in a police station at the CID headquarters. So imagine, untimi eko kumase. Na yuko force omukasa omokwachena ometimi acheno. Looking at the all party members, monkoha. Yako efie, it would have been highly impossible to arrest untimi if they had allowed him leave the CID. You get it?
Yeah.
So I don't get this noise. And
couldn't they have just invited him?
Invited him when the CID invited him. How many days did it take for him to another invitation?
He wasn't feeling well.
Feeling well. You see, NIB, one more clinic or Accra. People don't know where it is. They have a clinic here. So if the national security arrests you, and then you fall sick, they will take you to their clinic to get treated. They have some of the best doctors here in Ghana. That small clinic. So if somebody sits down and tell me you want to be sick, and then they should allow him go get medical help, it be in that prison or mayare. Say I check binum that prison or mayare. Won't me any pacha. It's going to be better than them.
So more meka, so more lawyer meka say or yarin say.
You see, the fact that Oyarano doesn't wish away the crimes the state feels you've committed.
We are not saying.
So Oyarin think anything. Yenjano mon question who are there compem down home beton. Can you for that
it's reasonable.
You see, the reason why MPP and other people will say this is because Kenneth Forata made same argument and we allowed him. You get it? Kenneth Forata say me yare, me hoto me ameba.
Yeah.
Any eja no ote and I know because who restaurant I know didi. Now yare no intimi man me kan e me twere statement that ultimate restaurant ko didi.
Maybe restaurant.
And then God that them can tube. You aduane ne fa tube.
Yeah.
Which one are you supporting now?
Oh, that them like they doing for tube no.
That's what you are supporting.
So yare.
Oh, so yare. What do you mean
To the
statement
extent
there?
of you not able
To come.
Yeah.
You see, Kenneth Forata no I know US. Restaurant don't go home no UK. So if you can travel from US to UK, what prevents you from traveling from US to Ghana?
You are strong.
The weather.
Which weather?
So, you see, sometimes I say that politics, you shouldn't do politics attacking personalities. Do politics attacking issues.
Okay.
And seminal attack the issues. But to me, style of politics was attacking personalities. Oh yes, sir, you make enemies for yourself. The person you are attacking might not hate you. He might not even think anything about the things that you did. But his supporters will hate you for the rest of their lives. And any opportunity they have to punish you, they will punish you.
You think that's what is happening to
That's not what I'm saying it's happening to me.
Okay.
To me has been called to answer for some alleged crime.
Yeah.
He should answer it. You see, I always say this, that I don't get why somebody commits a crime and then when he is called to answer, we try to give it a political color. Or MPP and are you telling me say or more for crimes I jail you over the years? No, we jail them because they were politicians or they were aligned to a political party. No,
I don't think that is the sentiment people are having.
So why is the MPP amassing people there to the extent that they are even assaulting journalists
and destroying police vehicles?
Yes, why? You see, if you feel say the state security or state agency has done something wrong, MPP as an institution can go to court for that human right violation. For human right violation, you don't need a locus. I don't need to be affected by the human right violation before I go to court. I can go to court on behalf of anybody I feel that the person's right has been violated. You get it? So the MPP as an institution, instead of amassing at these agencies, offices, and causing mayhem, they can just go to court and get their case heard. And the court can rule that whatever they did to Untumi was human right violation. You get it?
Yeah.
And the me say Untumi ade we ya no mo sori kwotena ayi radio station. No, we no, we. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So
do you go with the assertion that the NDC is on a witch hunt?
If they are witches, they must hunt them.
Hunting.
If they are witches, they must hunt them. But the point is that I don't believe that is the case.
Okay.
You see, Senka, NDC amba power. Now when him say wuntumi akwaje Exim Bank $10 million. So they could be able to win ya.
I didn't know about that.
Inti yenka say because NDC amba power inti yemfasa abone yemfasa scanning channel. Is that what people are saying? Senka NDC amba power. Kabeti say wuntumi aji Coco Rose. Wanya kwan na omafa a chile man of 50 million. So 50
45 million.
Debut. The guy has been paid.
I know he has been paid, but I thought
50 million.
45 million.
$45 million near contract a kwan oje ya 1 year. Near wakwa jiwo cocoa board horse wa ye kwan na dey 50 million. The 45 million is not in Ghana cedis, so it is in dollars.
Yeah, I know.
But the 50 million I'm talking about is in cedis.
Okay. That's fair.
So I believe that because your memoir, the government in power chooses not to hold their own members accountable, this is how it's always going to be like. You get it? Because if another government comes, they will go after the person who they feel they has committed a crime.
But what if probably Wontumi thought, we will still be in power, and when we come to power, I will maybe at time didn't favor him to execute the contracts, and so he was waiting because you see how credit union.
No, quick
Quick
credit.
credit.
Ukwaji musika omo ne uni bre wo sure say na atwe mema 1000 Ghana na atwe mbeje 1000 Ghana. It is only aban ye contract. Na contract ngom say ye kwan for 2 years. 2 years na de be kwan na 2 years ye kwan mai na je usika. So when you kwan within 2 years, you don't have any business taking our money. So why do you connive with somebody at the what do you call it, cocoa board, for him to pay you your money, and you use chunk of the money to buy treasury bills?
He's a businessman.
Or the says can etua man no.
Yeah.
Onim say ho asem bebenti. Ye tua man no koyi 11 million cedis. Show. And na aka no de quarter treasury bill.
So you think it was a premeditated?
Of course.
What if you see he's a businessman. Now let's look at that aspect too. And he realized that maybe a treasury bill na do no. Se me to me turn at this point in time
o man is can no the best adwuma.
So my yeah adwuma mo man.
Me say o man is can no the na so adwuma no onye ye.
Obeye.
O my. What we say me ju sika say me apamata ya mo. Na me mpamatare na ma na mfie miensa me mpamatare. Wo ye sure say wo better na say me din.
Watare ne e kwan de difference.
Da bi nyina ya adwuma. You get it? E kwan no ye the breadman say for 2 years na ye. Atare so ye the 1 day, 2 days na pamatare. You get it? Inti ni nyina ya adwuma. It is the basis na ye atare value. It is the value I put on the negotiations and the agreement. That's what I'm talking about. Say me je wat sika say me pamatare atare say me pamama within 2 weeks. Na me nye ya. 2 weeks na twa maju sika me nye ye. Unya sure so be ma police for abehwehwe me kira kwan. Ana say wo abeba mfia bedan me ka. Akwa bi timi fie na chi o carpenter ni, your friend 711. And ogoje my biska say obey a table ama no. Na dey a dano so say obeje ma me no beba vegetable no oba na akwa ni fie. Wo chinjina no ku say akwa na say ba bi mo wensa. O wensa. Kwan ma me no dey akwa no fa so no. Odinisika ma na ohwa. Ka say material akwa akoto so de be adwuma no. Onfa material no onfa nisika ma no peti ebu ni bi. So you can imagine, if individuals can go after people they've contracted to do jobs for that they didn't do, what makes you think that the government should be lenient on people who have said that we will do this contract for this period of years, they didn't do, then came, connived, and took the state's funds?
Okay. In all this, what do you think should be the end game? Should it be that he should be, should I say, pressured to execute the contracts, or he should refund the money being paid to
Okay.
him?
Before you are paid a contract sum,
Yeah.
you have to raise LCs, letters of credit. You have to raise certificates showing that you've done the job. And do you know that lying to a public officer is a crime? So if you didn't do this job and you are able to find ways to access the money, it's no longer pressuring you to do the job anymore.
What?
It borders on criminality, which is lying to a public official.
Okay. But the public official who issued the payment, didn't he also do his checks on?
Before.
Nipana the LC's number.
Okay.
You see, you can say that Nipano can be implicated. And I say,
Yeah.
investigations will reveal these things.
Okay.
And he actually won't to me, I must say, investigation, you better reveal his name.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So at a point, Untumi must be arrested. Untumi must be interrogated. All the facts of the matter should come out.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And then we can now move forward to see that was Untumi complicit? Did he do his job as he was required in the terms of the contract?
Okay.
Or did a state official aid him in committing this crime? We need to find out all these things
These things. All right.
and prosecute whoever is supposed to be prosecuted.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Is he? Are you okay with what is happening to me? He slept at Yoko last night.
Still, I can't meet in real conditions, and that's all.
But in all these, I haven't heard or seen the minority leader, speaking on.
On
behalf
Kase.
of- Why?
On Kase, we saw on some horse and bass, and he ain't to me,
He's minding his business.
mind your business.
Oh, really?
On horse and bass,
One, your party's stronghold, chairman.
you see.
Yeah, Chena.
Okay, my
So are you trying to say on for bonus?
Momianka no crench who my way.
The message of solidarity.
Once you unsolidarize with what?
Oh, I mean,
You see, once you agree,
But
once you agree
yeah.
to do a government contract, public work, you should understand that these things can happen. You can be called at any time to account for everything the state has entrusted to you.
Okay.
Person only aban binya asema, enya aban adwuma, enya aban contract.
Okay.
Inti wontumi so only aban be adwuma, obeje aban contract there. And it was all answer. Minority leader wontumi nka hwe mane nye yi. Because okakra na enkosi aga. Ensemi ofiri kan yi, free January 7th be kan na eni he na ai eden fa so bi abre no. You just go make the empty noises. And at the end of the day, the government will still do whatever it intends to do.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You see, it doesn't matter the number of people who are mass at the Yoko protesting to free Untumi.
Okay.
If Untumi will be jailed because of this, you'll be jailed. Oh, now no, and sashi. They didn't know no, and sashi. You see, in Chachuchi Kata's case,
Yeah.
they formed Free Chachu movement, and no political alliance, no political movement. What do you call it? Kwasi Pratt was one of the leaders of it, and we all know who Kwasi Pratt is.
Okay.
One on the street, we know more che a friend is saying flyers. Telling people what they are doing to Chachuchikata is not fair. Speak up, speak up. He will jail Chachuchikata. He ended up jailing him. He also fought and freed himself. So if we are committed to accountability, then these things shouldn't even be something that we should countenance.
Okay.
Say nipa no yes why bonia munyano emra no ogojina mra na kwan ano na emra no be free na. The law will free him.
Okay.
And there's nothing anybody can do about the law freeing somebody.
Okay. And with that, and let me ask this: the NPP as a party always resists I'll put it in that context because what we are seeing is resistance. This arrest and allegations and all that. Let's put it in that frame. Why are they scared when they know there are laws in the country which indeed, if their party member is innocent, it is going to free the person?
You see, MPP for now, the way they've used law to treat people in this country, they feel that if they don't do this Takashi, people will use that same laws to do that same thing.
Oh, so what they are doing, you think is Takashi?
Nanye Takashi. Yet Tehama Kufuor trial letter comma OSP. So we're investigating Mahama, a former president. Do you think if NDC should do that to Akufo-Addo right now, MPP may come or not to send the NDC come or not? They will come out and say, the president is harassing his political opponent. But they did it, and nothing happened. And that kind of attitude annoys me to the core. Hey, say hey, and I'm saying me handkerchief. What the ones I can me bo wasuma. Now the ones I can me bo wasuma. Me also do handkerchief to her. Now me the can. I expect you to slap me, and I will keep quiet, because that is the principle and the rule I set. Say enye me da, I'll not set the rules. You get it? So the yeme na enye me da, then I shouldn't do it to you. But once you do it, I do it to you. I don't have any right to complain when you do it to me. You get it? You see, it's about time that the president should come out, make a statement as the commander-in-chief, warn the public that if anybody is arrested or is being charged for a crime and you are massed there, you'll be arrested, prosecuted for aiding and abetting. Okay. If we are able to do that in this country, all that nonsense say ya chiobi na ye demonstration me jana no. The person has lawyers.
Okay.
You see, and I don't get this. People say, you should invite him, not this Rambo star. The only time a policeman only owes you this right to read you your right when you are being arrested and tell you your crime. You have the right to be silent. You have the right to legal counsel, and if you cannot afford one will be appointed for you by the state. And then what else? There's another one. It is 3. When he reads that law, that right to you, whichever way he takes you to the police station, he will take you.
Okay.
If he has to drag you, he can drag you, and the law allows for minimal force. Minimal force, no, it is not defined. There's no definition to that.
Even if you don't resist.
If you see, police need know about you know any part. You get it?
Yeah.
And okay, I also was gone a commission report no. When immediately I am prosecuting Akwarobo Sam George Asomo. In the report they said that Sam George provoked the guy. So or boss Sam George and isu nankane nipa ya. Udwen sen camera na be and camera na nyehwe because the committee said Sam George provoked him. It is all provoking police in no or chill now provoking na otimi ball power ni. Otimi koko duro no kasa odi na tem o kan say chere o abuse no verbally ya. Asem bia ni ho. That's all.
Okay.
That's how vague that law is. In as much as the law is vague, it is the law.
Okay.
What you say?
Yeah.
In as much as Samrano, it gives the policeman leeway to do certain things. That is the law. You cannot do anything about it.
Sure.
And yen say this is the law that we are going to use to govern us. When we decided that this is the 4th republic, 1992 constitution referendum. Maybe I want to be, means man to be, by a papa to be. You get it?
Yeah.
So until that law, certain laws are changed, you don't have anything to do about it. You have to abide by it until the law is changed.
Okay.
In this other now, people say that Yakochi and they should have invited the person and hey, trotro for na ya no mo you invite you mo. Trotro for na chomo. Ya no invite you. They don't. You see, it is a courtesy. It is not a right.
Okay.
The police giving you invitation means that ebi asem na ye ka no ye nye sure say we a suspect and you invite you, But once the police is able to establish that you are a suspect, it is no longer about invitation. It is about arrest.
Okay.
You arrest a suspect. You don't invite a suspect. You invite a person of interest.
Okay. All right.
You get it?
Sure.
But once the police establish that you are now a suspect, they don't owe you any invitation.
Okay.
All they can do is arrest you, and whichever way they feel they should use to arrest you, and it's permissible by law, that is fine.
Okay. Yesterday, at the Supreme Court of Justice, there is a case going on between the former Chief Justice and the Attorney General, or should I say the state. There was an injunction to suspend her trial, and there was an unanimous FC who struck out the injunction. Now, this whole CJ removal process, looking at where it started from, petitioning, Council of State involvement, prima facie, to now trials going on, injunctions here and there, Godfrey Dame and Tadio Sori going band for band, boot for boot, everyone showing their how do I
Illegal acumen.
Exactly. And yesterday, where they thought they had hope, unanimous FC Panay. Today the trial continues. What exactly is going on? What was the dismissal of the injunction valid?
It was.
So you really think the injunction filed by the Chief Justice's lawyers was invalid?
It was. Let me say this. It was a useless injunction.
Why?
See, Constitution says that you cannot injunct a constitutional mandated body from doing a constitutional duty.
Okay.
So, for instance, if the Supreme Court had granted the injunction to the Chief Justice, it means that since December 2028, Supreme Court, Supreme Court say, injuncted the EC from conducting elections.
Okay.
One say it doesn't make any sense. If the Constitution allows you a duty, that duty cannot be injuncted unless the Constitution is amended and that responsibility is taken away from you.
Okay.
Let's go into Article 146. The Article 146 mandates the President to set up the committee once prima facie evidence is established. So the Chief Justice and the former Attorney General, I want to believe that when he said the law, the Attorney General should know and understand the law. Knowing all this, and this Attorney General once upon a time argued that the EC shouldn't be injuncted from doing a limited registration because it was their constitutionally mandated duty. This same person now becomes a former Attorney General, goes to the Supreme Court and asks the Supreme Court to injunct another constitutionally mandated body from performing a constitutional function. We need them. We inifri ne din so a dam. I mean his name is Dame. Yeah. So remove the E. What is that? Madness.
But what was their score? Was it 5-0 or 5-1?
5-0.
When
and when you even go to the supplementary affidavit that he filed, you see, he says one day Adena Castle, and that place is a security zone. Her office, a Supreme Court, no, a security zone. You are comfortable to go there every day and work. We are removing you. You say no. I still want to go there and work in a security zone. Now you could do as a security zone. They are also on TV. That. Nifie, the Chief Justice residence, her official residence, is a security zone. She's the third in command, and now fourth in command after the president, the vice president, the Speaker of Parliament and her. She's the fourth in command. So all the courtesies are available to all these people is also available to her as well.
Okay.
And you are comfortable going to work at the Supreme Court complex, which is a security zone.
Okay.
You are comfortable going to work there. Now you could boost on some more a castle there. I also want to be that.
Let me ask this. Have you heard of the public assertion that people believe, and especially the ruling party believes that for the oral assignment to work, they need this woman off, else it can't work, and that is why they are bent on taking her off.
You see, I didn't believe that assertion until the processes began.
What confirmed it to you in the process?
Everybody who have tried to stop the Chief Justice remover is an MPP person. Every single person I would try to stop the CJ's remover is an MPP person. What is the MPP's interest? Or MPP, mami no MPP ni. Or MPP ni omon kanche.
But she can pick up anyone she believes
you
has
see,
a legal.
it's not about she can pick up anyone. When it started, she wasn't picking anybody. When it started, it was Asefua who decided that, oh, me court. Did Asefua tell us, say, my men is one court, man?
But she said the mamma son.
You see, my men of our lawyer and so on of Fano.
Oh, but I mean, if I am in such a situation, who am I really going for? A man who has held the office of Attorney General before. Come on, it's duly. I mean, come on,
it's duly what? It's duly what? It's duly what?
Justifiable.
Justifiable.
Yes.
Say what Kofa Godfrey Dame.
The man has held the office of Attorney General.
Ayikwe Otu, lawyer Ayikwe Otu, was a former Attorney General in this country. Gloria Kufu was a former Attorney General in this country. This NDC woman, Brew, whatever, I've forgotten her name. She was also a former Attorney General. In this year, Attorney General. Godfrey Dame Attorney General.
I know.
So, look at how Godfrey Dame held his office, held the position as the Attorney General in this country. He politicized the office of the Attorney General.
Really?
Yes.
Is it evidential?
Is it not?
Is it not? You tell me.
You see, when this man, Afenyo Markin, sued Speaker and the Parliament, what was Godfrey Dame's argument?
What did he say?
You see, Godfrey Dame decided that he wasn't going to challenge any legal suit that was going to favor NPP. So sometimes you even go to court and argue to help those who are suing the government. He will go to court and argue in favor of Omo de Asamna court or Omo de Abanya court. He will argue to favor them. Look at the LGBTQ matter. What was Godfrey Dame's argument?
What did he say?
He went there and argued that yes, like you transmitted a LGBTQ bill or not. Knowing very well that the transmission is part of legislating the bill.
Okay.
Until the president assented, it's still a bill. It is not a law yet. And the choir process is a bit formal. Copem said that president and be assented. No, can legislative process. No, Godfrey Dame knew this, but when he went, he argued the opposite. So me, who follows these things, you cannot convince me that Godfrey Dame is a neutral person. You cannot convince me that Godfrey Dame would do anything in the interest of justice. He will do everything to make sure he safeguards his political interest.
And what is his political interest?
Keeping the woman in office and probably finding ways to evade punishment if she has to pay. Mami can't say sure. This Chief Justice is the leader of the GLC, Ghana Legal Council.
Yeah.
The current Attorney General criticized a judgment of the court. This woman referred his matter to the GLC, and then the current Attorney General nearly lost his law license. Have you heard about this before?
Somehow.
Godfred Dami calls a witness or an accused person, coerce him, tells him how to testify to help him jail somebody, and even tells him that Kwanakwaji fake medical report, Fabre Court, no. Godfred Dami is still there. He has never been called to the GLC. Nancy will be a petition GLC, no. And you think that he wouldn't defend the woman who made sure that he didn't account for his ethical breach?
So you then believe, or this confirms it to you that...
Of course.
Okay.
Everything that Godfred Dami is fighting is not for the woman. It's for himself now. He always say that. He says it though. In his interview, Godfred Dami has said it. But Ghana phone on Wadrian Corso. He says that I'm not even fighting for Tokono. It's not Tokono that I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for the entire legal. You see that thing? He's saying what I'm saying, but in different terms.
Okay.
I'm clear. Okay. He is not. He's being ambiguous. But me understanding the language he's speaking, I've been able to decouple the fact from the lies.
Okay.
You get it?
That's fair.
And so this whole thing, I believe that they should allow the process to continue.
Okay.
You see, when the committee finishes its job, it will come up with a report. It won't just say remove the Chief Justice and that is the end of it.
Okay.
They will come up with a report. We all will read the report.
Okay.
And if there's something they did wrong, now you can now take the report to the Supreme Court and tell them that, look, this is a report they came up with. I feel that this and this breaches this part of the Constitution, breaches that part of the Constitution. So I feel that the Supreme Court should strike out the entire report.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And very simple.
Okay.
Now, you are even look like you are killing your own confidence.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Izzy,
Yeah.
what was our first topic for discussion today?
Hey, now we're in topics now.
That was just by the way.
Okay.
So for our first topic, we have government to introduce law to end Mokola's monopoly.
It's good that you are a law student yourself. Makola has been the apex for the final production
Of
lawyers. And it has given them a certain mandate or authority or powers that people think they sometimes even abuse it. And so decentralizing this monopoly, that they are not going to be the only institution to be able to
give the final verdict for lawyers to be called.
Yeah. What does it make to our legal education system and our judicial system entirely?
Ezinam,
Yes.
before I go into this, I want you to help me read Article 25(2). Article 25(2).
Article 25(2) of the Constitution of
Yes.
Ghana. Okay. Well, what does it say?
Ezinam will read it for her.
Okay.
I don't want to read it myself, so somebody will say something about it.
Oh, I don't think anyone can say
You
that.
have no idea what people can say.
This has to do with district assemblies, common fund.
No, Article 25.
It's not 252.
No,
25.
it's 25.
2.
Chapter
Yeah,
two.
it's up close to.
Do you have it? If you have it, please share it.
Okay.
Okay. The constitution itself is under review, and we are still,
And it doesn't make it void.
Okay. So,
Section 2.
so Article 25, Chapter 2
Yeah.
of Ghana's Constitution grants every person, is that it?
Yes.
Every person the right at their own expense to establish and maintain a private school or schools at all levels
What?
and of
There be at what levels?
at all levels
At all levels. Twaso.
at all levels and of such categories and in accordance with such conditions as may be provided by law.
So you understand why this issue that we are discussing today
Yeah.
is in Kewasi Ayeno when this constitution came into being. What I say?
Yeah.
Because this constitution grants every person at your expense.
Okay.
Ubetimi esidan no asesa enema like all the necessary equipment. Anya I employ the people with the expertise. Now we're living within the laws that governs that institution. Send yes a medical school now you live within the law that governs medical school.
Okay.
Say a law school, you live within the law that governs the law school. Say a teacher training, you live within it. Say a lessons training, you live within the laws. You get it?
Yeah.
So if the constitution allows for private people to go through that, then how come we've had Makola doing this for ages?
Well, probably no institution has come up to say
No,
we are also setting
GLC won't allow it. The Ghana Legal Council won't allow it. So the best they will do for you is you will set up your legal it will be a faculty. Mobile LLB no kwa. O person your professional law course just all call Makola.
Yeah.
Has it been
Ufri bongo ufri wale ufri friend say.
Sakra was some-
Was all baha.
But has it been challenged before? The-
In 5 years ago, there was a demonstration. Maybe.
okay.
5 years ago, there was a demonstration. And no people were arrested.
That's in 2020.
Yes. People were arrested. Students were arrested. Tear gassed. Because when they tried to demonstrate and go and present their petition to a president who was a lawyer, they said that Flagstaff House was a no-go zone for them.
Okay. And the petition was in regards to this particular.
Of course.
Okay.
So it has been long overdue. You see, a modern Ghana,
Yeah.
law student demo, police fire tear gas, gunshot, arrest 10 and scatter demo.
Okay.
This is modern Ghana.
Okay.
And the date is 7th October 2019.
Oh wow.
That is what happened. The president hoodwinked people and took us to a place called, they called it the legal village. Corner Kohe. Since 2020, no. Why done quiet? I done quiet.
So it's been long overdue to you
Of course, here
for this.
we live in a country.
Yeah.
Answer obey a lawyer or my women. I just want him lawyer penny. Now even cry what exam star. What passing him with me for crime to fail you now. Wouldn't say
I'm a governor.
do you know that it's not even about Ama Governor? I won't talk about her. Do you know that the resource, the marking is not known to the person what exams?
Yeah.
Why is it so?
So that they can control the number of people that will be called to the bar or will be allowed to go into the Makola. Into ko exams na never catch on say when you A, when you B. Say when you 80 na when you B no. So when you 25 no wa fail no. Yan kan chiro.
Okay.
Indeed, you can assume that ebi aminya 80 by friend with dubi kinti. And you feel me. You can assume say oh minya 40 by a friend asensunti and you pass me.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And nunti and a Ghana how beating ko school we be lawyer and so now one say we mitigate any case and I say he has worked in any legal
firm or something
before.
Have you met someone like that?
Me I know one Justin from Korea.
NDC General Secretary now.
MPP General Secretary na
NPP.
I mean on one American asem.
One test so
menti bida. Obi a on kan na menti na menti bida. Men ka so onye lawyer. Me say menti so akọ court na.
Okay. And also fair.
But should it always be the fact that when you undergo the training you have to practice it? Maybe some people just want to be legal counsel
you see
sure.
That even justify a seminar American. That people sometimes use their links, go to the school just to be called lawyers. Hey, lawyer, being a lawyer is a noble cause. A lawyer and a doctor, there's no difference. You see, do you know why they call lawyers the noble profession?
Why?
When it started in the UK, where we learnt a lot from, they were supposed to work for the poor, the needy, go to in front of the King's Council and argue their case for them. So no munjiska. In this okay, lawyers or cloak na, adibi saying or much say. It is a sack. In this one, I'm now channel there. It sounds one year humanity, but me a channel and whatever, or you know the shame, no the coffee.
No, okay.
But ye and no free ho, ama law na ba be ye
a luxury.
Of course.
A luxury of a profession.
Of course.
Like it's a big flex when
wouldn't this guy wouldn't mean lawyer, wouldn't even call law school or my way.
Sure.
And then the law schools, even school fees, you know, any medical school crowd they pay. Wouldn't this guy wouldn't mean call. And now Brenya LLB ni who could do Makola. There's a big obstacle there. Which is they want they've monopolized the thing. It is a school waiting me for 1,000. 1,000 if you are maybe 1,000 say qualify and that's one qualify. You get it? Baby I'm way. Look at baby a school no.
Yeah.
Can they even expand if they want to?
No.
I've always thought about that. I'm
they can't. Looking at the locality,
they can't expand if they want to. So instead of monopolizing the thing and more restricting numbers, no, why don't you open it up? Let other universities say Legon or your friend is saying LLB, Timmy LLM, you know, let them do the professional too. The only thing is that to say you set up the GLC will now become an institution like WAEC when they will set a standardized exams across board.
Okay. But with this, don't you think this in a way might also breed up or reduce the quality of lawyers we produce?
Has the quality of teachers reduced in this country? Now the choice becomes the individual. One our lawyer, the choice now lies on you to find yourself a good lawyer.
Okay.
What do you say?
Sure.
The fact that nipa na yake tuwa bi na lawyers na njere say still a lawyer for him. What do you say? And not just a lawyer for bi or mabon. Ebi wom, still a ebi wom. Nti ebiemu no omodo so a. Even assessing the service, paying for the service will be cheaper. Because lawyer na nyes case, offer her lawyer ni. Ni obetimi no watua na ka. Na waye wadwuma ya den. Ama.
Okay.
There are lawyers who charge over 20,000 cedis just to incorporate a company in this country.
Wow. And they charge you. Some charge over 8,000 just for consultancy. Like just going to see him to tell him your case and all.
In the consultancy in the day or where saying. The door send or
Bebree so.
of course, it do bet me a consult be 5-6 cases.
Ondi as
On G so be consult over tie na winnable case obeji awaje. Because every lawyer would assess the case whether he's going to win it or not and so waje.
Before they take in the case.
Unless say we are attaching onim say it is about to rain money on the losing case. It sounds like about to rain money.
If Atasha ends up winning this case,
he will not win this case, I beg. Yeah. Well, you see, one thing that MPP lawyers may I'm for admin said I'm going to say they've one say one for 8 years. They've been redundant. See, they are using these political cases to revive their their legal friends and their career. And we been a girlfriend, you know, and I'm winning. So, girlfriend, I've been doing or is it or in a private firm or a dummy and associate. And you went on or they were like, or they were in the career.
Anyways,
so I believe that it is long overdue. You see, I did when was here, check. And apart from JJ, and Mahama, who is the president here in the Fourth Republic, near a lawyer. Atamios was a lawyer, an economist. Kofo was a lawyer. Akufo-Addo was a lawyer. So I don't even understand why we've had 3 lawyers as president and we still have this thing going on in this country when it comes to the legal education.
That's why I asked if it has ever been challenged.
It has been challenged. And then I date 2019. Lawyer was a president. And so I'm on main Flagstaff House on the petition. So it is something that if this government is able to do, looking at my love for the legal fraternity, I'll forever be grateful to them. I can decide that I won't even go to Makola. I can decide that I can go to any law school in this country, and at the end of the day, I just go sit for the exams and then write for my bar exams, and I pass.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Looking at the new interventions in this law school thing, if you are given a scholarship to go to law school, will you take it?
I'll take it if I have the interest in it. Why not?
But do you have interest in it?
Law? No.
Why? It's
I
a
don't
noble
know.
profession.
I just don't.
Also, who are able to
I don't know. I just don't have interest for it.
Who are able to
Let's
but that thing is it true?
It's not
it's
true.
not true. It's not true.
So they've been lying to us all this while.
The thing about law is that you never stop learning. Like you always need to learn, and
You always need to be reading.
Anyways, moving on to the next topic.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Government will introduce new rules on removal of Supreme Court justice.
So looking at the brouhaha surrounding
the Chief Justice, now they are introducing a rule. They are
too.
preparing to introduce a rule to remove.
But looking at the existing proceedings or procedure in the removal of a chief justice, do you think it needs some amendments?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
A lot of amendments needs to be done. You see, when you read Article 146, the prima facie is not part of the Article 146. Do you know when it became the part of it?
No.
It became part of it on the back of a Supreme Court ruling, Ajechum versus the Attorney General.
Okay.
That's when it became part of the procedures to remove a Chief Justice.
Okay. So before you go into the depthness of your answer, the amendments, do you think it shall come in making the procedure quite easy, or you think it is now too easy, so it should make it quite stringent?
Well, it depends on where you stand and where you look at it from.
Okay.
For me, I feel that it is too easy.
It's too easy.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
So it should become
More tighter.
Really?
See, I said this some time ago that to go through the ranks to become a Chief Justice is not easy. So if anybody can write petition and get you removed, that is very unfair.
Okay.
Just a letter.
And before you even become a Chief Justice, you are vetted in Parliament. How do we impeach the president? To impeach the president, you need two-thirds majority in Parliament to do that. So why can't we have something similar to that of the Chief Justice?
Okay.
We can even, after this, after the committee sets, we can even decide that instead of taking it to the president, the committee should rather take the report to Parliament. Parliament should study the report, bring it to the plenary, and vote on it.
And that actually makes sense because Parliament is where laws,
Of course,
are made.
vote on it. Whether the basis, the facts established by the committee warrant the removal of the Chief Justice or not. We shouldn't just make it say committee na koka or they call my president is obliged to remove the Chief Justice in the you know. And you know the committee's work is binding on the president though. The president doesn't have a say in the committee's report. If the committee report and say that tokono nyehwe munyanwa the president didn't pursue be tokono krana tokono akao. Se omoko nso na omoka say yenyi tokono a president didn't pursue be tokono krana e sanse committee na kaniti president was already you know. So instead of putting that in the hands of the committee to decide, when the committee does its report and findings, they should submit it to Parliament. Let Parliament also study the report and then come to the plenary and vote on it. You get it?
Yeah.
That will be. I think that will be fair. Say the press, even the speaker.
Yeah.
To impeach the speaker, you need 2/3 of Parliament. To impeach the president, you need 2/3 of Parliament. So why is it different from the Supreme Court judges and the Chief Justice? I think if we say these arms are equal, then they should, the leaders of or the heads of these institutions or arms of government should also have the same process when it comes to impeachment or removing them.
Okay.
I hope you get my point.
Sure.
It shouldn't be say this rule apply for this person and different rule apply for that person. See, equal. They are. If we say they are equal arms of government, they are. Then all the laws that applies for the removal of the judiciary, the legislature and the executive should also apply to the removal of the heads of the judiciary. That's the only way it will make sense to me. In as much as it is the law now, and we are applying the law as it is now, it doesn't also preclude us from making the law better. You get it? We will apply the laws as we have today, but we must strive to make the law better for tomorrow. It is a way talk on free where we should make sure say the next CJ there's a proper or better law when it comes to removing him or her.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So it's not because somebody will sit down and say that say the him said the law is not fair. Why are you saying say Tokono should go through it? In as much as it is not fair, that is what we've agreed to govern ourselves with. I hope you get my point.
Sure.
So until that law is changed, we must apply the law as it is as of now.
Okay. It's something that, as you said, it depends on where you stand.
Of course.
And these processes as a whole, I totally agree with you that it should be treated the same as we treat the other heads of states,
Yeah.
in the presence of the Speaker of Parliament and the President. Because if she is next in command as a head of state, then indeed the process is too easy.
Yeah.
Because looking at what it takes to become who she is,
Yeah.
or who he becomes,
Yes.
for someone to just petition you, if lucky, or if luck is on the person's side,
Yeah.
could just get you off. That, I mean, it's because and once you reach that height, like where else are you going?
Asa.
I just say Wunya International Board be so that
Asa.
International Legal Council be.
So once she's removed, she can't even be a judge.
No. They are taking you
Like, that's
off.
the apex.
Once you are removed, say process when you come you talk or not. Won't mean you judge or my way moving. It's not like they are
That's the
removing
end of her career
no.
or something.
Me say it's not like they are removing her for her to go back to a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
They are removing her from being a Supreme Court justice and a Chief Justice. You get it? You can only become a Chief Justice because you are a Supreme Court justice.
See, okay, let's put it this way. It's just like graduating from, let's say, basic school to the JHS. When you fail there, will you come back to...
No. Obviously.
That's how this thing has begun. And that is why people were advising her to resign herself.
Of course.
But
Because
I guess it's too late for her to
yes,
resign.
once the impeachment process begins, once
Maybe a druid there.
you can't
I can't.
resign anymore. It needs to go through the process for you to either come out clean
Or you are removed.
yeah,
She resigning would have saved her name.
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
True.
A lot. I honestly now believe
She should have resigned.
Yeah.
Godfrey Dami ma dada no. Oman kind of crunch.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, man.
Oman Godfrey Dami ma dada Oman kind of crunch.
You see, when the case came that she wasn't given the petition to read herself and all that, she was so quiet herself. People were actually, I think at that time, she was contemplating on resigning.
And
But some big dogs
yeah.
gave her some false hope.
I heard yesterday. I heard this morning that when they went to court yesterday,
Yeah.
the deputy attorney general went to
Yeah.
greet her, and
yeah,
then she snubbed.
yeah, just a swim.
He told him she's not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
See,
So she's taking it personal.
you see,
Yeah.
that is the reason why she has no business to even be the chief justice. Look,
She
you see,
can't decouple business from.
of course,
person.
you see,
Oh.
you've been the judge.
Yeah.
You've been the judge
Yeah.
from circuit court through the high court. Nipa a wo bu asɛm ati ɔmo nyinaa, ɔmo sɛ nkɔmɔ fa person nti nkɔmɔ ma ofie me bo otu nku. People's cases had come to your court. You've ruled, sentenced some of them. If they had taken it personal and they were vindictive as you are right now. Oh yeah, sure, Zanka. Oh yeah, sure, Zanka. Because there are people that she has ruled against that disagreed with her ruling.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't take it personal. Now they are over process. What an personal. Hey, mommy, we party.
And it's, you know, those with the legal insights have actually based on that.
Yes.
Just as you did right now.
Yes.
To say that no.
She
that
has
was
no,
even a bad
me say
call.
she has no business being the chief justice. Based on that inquiry, if I didn't know anything, if I had not heard anything, now me ti we nkwa. Based on that, I can say you don't have any business being the chief justice of Ghana.
Yeah. As you know why people or judges or even lawyers recuse themselves from cases.
No.
It is because of this personal interest.
Of course.
Okay, you're not supposed to mix business with pleasure.
Exactly. So once you realize, no, your emotions might be affected, you just
You-
recuse
Of course.
And if in this instance she couldn't just
Just a
friendly handshake,
handshake.
crowd went to me and was stand there. I mean, what of things that you know might personally go against you?
It's just a hello.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I'm fine. I hope you're doing fine. You
Warren
see,
Hagen, oh,
me say,
yeah,
a bit me
oh,
about say,
why?
Justice Srim Saikra Woody as me. He doesn't agree with whatever is going on, but it is his duty.
Exactly.
So just
Because of the
sitting
position.
in-
Yes,
in
the position he occupies as Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General. He might even want you to be the Chief
be
Justice,
exonerated and
exonerated, and then.
reinstated.
But that is his job. At that point, he's doing his job. And there are times that wo nipa wo ye judge no ye den nsem bia ba onima wo hwe nipa na ho ye omobo wo nya nka on jeli no but wo hwe aboni na wadi no wo ja no a den nsem beba nti wo jeli no. So if you consider all these things, why should we be angry that somebody is prosecuting your case and nunti in this watch out?
Are you hypocrite?
Abba.
Are you hypocrite?
Abba. Oh.
But I say,
Mommy, your heart, you know.
And throughout the conversation, born you.
Also, no, mommy.
You've reminded me.
Also, no, mommy. And you also know, I should have never imagine coming.
And Kao call professional.
Coming, more. Also, no, I mean, imagine coming. But I am mobile.
Wow. The entire state has gathered interest in this whole situation, in this whole case. Everyone is following the case.
Yeah.
It tells you the weight of the case and the deplorable states of our judicial system.
Oh, your judiciary, no, dear. Oko can't. But it is.
It's in shambles.
Yes, it is. Because as if we've had judges take goats to skew judgment, then you cannot say such an institution is of good standing. We've been in this country where people have openly insulted judges on radio. Asemna nkosi hwe ye frɛ a ye chi nipa no for contempt and a transfer judge no. So ni masamna make am asem.
Dabi.
Canada Japan.
Okay.
What na the radio station so the judge atem. Judge no citing for contempt. That ye frɛ asemna na transfer judge no. So if you tell me that with this, just one example, and
who was the chief justice then? Oh, I'm only asking a question.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Also, no, I mean. So all these things has happened in this country within our legal jurisdiction. So, if you tell me that it is the legal fraternity or the justice delivery system in Ghana is all good, I'll disagree with you.
Okay.
Because to my understanding, we need to do a lot. Up until, is it 2019, there was no discoveries for criminal prosecutions. There was no discovery. So the prosecutor will come to court. You are also defending. You don't know what he was going to use to prosecute you. Until 2019, that lawyer Doji Tamakulu went to the Supreme Court and got that changed.
Okay.
So if you look at where our legal system has come from and where it's going, I think we need to grow. But we need to do it at a very quick pace. Because the modern trends, if you look at our constitution, it doesn't support the modern trends. Time I hear constitution we not TikTok ni ho. Not social media ni ho. So there are crimes, there are things that we do on social media that when you open our constitution, even though we know say we any pay bonnet, but in the constitution you will not find how to punish the person on or the law that speaks against that thing.
Okay. It's if it was you in their position and getting to know the faces behind the petition, what would have been your internal conclusion of the case?
I think I'm a German apostle. Apostle, I'm a German.
Because we are talking about
here the case are even world Supreme Court justices no some will be called as witnesses against you. Petition now it's not just a petition no. It go through committee anymore. Supreme Court judges now no. Some of them will be called as witnesses against you. And for somebody to come and then be a witness, it means he agrees
to. Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you doing there? And then how you know?
Because me nipa na wo case na chi no na me se no. Say na nkofo yi be draft petition na fa no.
Nothing.
Touch you.
Tadia, sorry.
Man, Oliver. We are talking about the finest legal brains, the renowned finest legal brains. We have
the grand a 20 liter account. That's on the 20 liter account.
I'll say be on one finding any fault in here.
Me say, now one with the account. Now say a petition is need to call fathers or may end. So if I were here, come and came in Drew baby, I drew you. I would have resigned with my dignity intact. Exactly. Now, you see, and send me back out, even concerning some of the contracts or no time the man has. Yeah. Now people are saying, wow, ma, and now the contracts more. Yeah. I didn't work for the president, but you man about appointment. No man and my contract from Painty Bridges. Now, Chief Justice, the man and my contract are Bonivia. Bonivia, you can't see any DH Nantes, and you DH any DH so. It is like that. But if I were here, I would have resigned quietly. Me tea win and Kamaka say, O Mampini, Mr. Wada. Me and I'm saying, you say, me none you be for what you ma. Thank you, Jacob and baby.
Exactly. That would have been the most honorable thing.
At what point? Was it at the point that they submitted the petitions for her to be?
When she was informed about the petition.
And I strongly stand by that instinct that when she received it, I think she was considering that.
Until they say for court, Coca say.
So in a way, she had confidence that people were going to back her.
Exactly.
Now, when people you grab some back, you only 38%. And people know some back, you only 38%. Now more back in a double coin.
Oh, come on! But obviously, they were the ones that appointed her, so they felt it was their responsibility to also, defend her.
The responsibility to protect the Chief Justice is not on any political party; it is on Ghanaians.
Sure.
And it's in a Ghana for the police in here, in a chica.
But we went on demonstration too.
Ghana for a court demonstration. MPP for the demonstration.
Oh, we were part. I even went some.
May I sure say, cholesterol neighbor, they happen to know some called treatment. Now, we can and be near why ya. Oh, God demonstration where there was what. And I be on God demonstration where there was what. I'm not going to be organized demonstration. But no, passing people to the location. I had no Sikasa. This can when you do it.
Hey,
when you do it. So, no, oh, yeah, you are a national service. You are in check. I'm the ghost names never I know. And I'm a what? I'm the ghost names never I know. No, that's all. Hey. Honestly, the engine oil demonstration. Why, any do this will be given, man.
Honestly, the Binum's air, Bob.
Aye, why, Nana, you drew this one. Oh, you'll be man and you'll be man, and Tiaja, when you know. At least in no time or more one or none swat a crack. Oh, do some mamma. Space no better, ever crazy.
Assembly and Ruby kind. I still want to me say, or any intentions to stand for the national chairman for the New Patriotic Party, and on one and crop for everyone I say, am I buying or more one I say to say you could have fun. He believes it is standing from his own party.
Okay, it is true.
And a man be back, I say. Ashanti region we chairman of Hong Kong.
And this is 33%.
Na be Ghana na yesuru say. Sure.
But the whole thing is that even to say that, I think he's not far from right. Who first said Akwanta mining is engaged in illegal mining? You before na kan. I Abuja na po. And we kan onye MPP ni. And this Okasa so dika. Okasa odika MPP before na yi na ase akonya. So it's fine. I'm just hoping that maybe our minor drew no. We shouldn't be too political about things. You get it?
Yeah.
Me na me mpangu. Say ye be chi obi. Na me dimirika e kono ho say me NDC ni ana say MPP ni nti me ko support no. That would be stupid on my part. Me kwana me obi koye bone na e koto bone e bo mani na me pra. Me ana me pe. You get it? Say me o mo bi de be bo nipa no a. What I'll do is that I'll ask the person, can you afford a lawyer? If you can't, I'll help you afford one. But say me be ho me nye bi da. And no end me you. That noise that I'll come there and make cannot free you. It is the court that will free you. Sure. So if I have any help, I have to make sure that you are good in the court. When you will be obeying me do as me amount el court. Now they deny ya no mo bomb ho ye no if him where does that stand from? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. You get it? It doesn't make any sense. Say me or marry me nimu away madam for you na ache watu mo. Na my about police station me be demonstration. Say they free your marry. The best thing I can do is that I'll just come to the police station, visit you, and ask you if they are treating you well. Do you have a lawyer? What is your lawyer saying? Do you have a chance? You get it? Yeah. If your lawyer says we don't have a chance, then I'll go home and fast for you.
For the grace of God.
I'll fast. What can I do? I can only fast. And make sure say you do go hope. You do go do some woman or you go boot. You get it? Send you to our farm boy. You do go do some woman. I don't know if you have got PDD.
All right.
If you have got your PDD. So that is all. And I think that as Ghanaians, as politicians, this is what we should be preaching. If you say you're a politician, you should understand that you walk on a fine line of being free or being jailed. Hey, there's no risk in anything than politics. There's no in politics na big risk wumpa. You can be a hero today and you can be in jail tomorrow.
Wow.
You can be in jail tomorrow and you can be a hero today. Mandela no he. And obey then. Who president who a man for me president or we could be over jail.
Yeah.
You can use Jacob Zuma as an example. So once you decide to do politics, and what's all the two trim say, I dare ya me Mrejuma na me boom rana swa met me at them.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be said because I'm a politician to me bonia. I shouldn't be prosecuted and I say I should be given some preferential treatment. No. Say me Stephen metie me go we are buying sika. Kwan be fast watch me no. Sa kwan na so na mahama nso bok aban mu kro no a yem fast one chero. We shouldn't have different set of rules for different set of people.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Izzy.
Yeah.
What's our next line of topic for discussion?
President Mahama meets CSOs in a bid to set up a governance advisory council.
Steve.
Yes.
I say, Papa, yen set up committee, yen set up council, yen
the committee.
Yeah,
too much.
But then also, this particular one, what is the relevance of it? Do you think this is something that, we need now, or something that could easily be enforced without setting up a whole different council for it?
Say the mra. If it has a legal backing, okay. Senka yen to say near your friend is saying Council of State just advisory. Omo can say my president pan offer or pa on fan nke. Ohia Ghana ha. Aside what do you call it? These people that I just mentioned, what is their name? Those who advise the president. Council of State. Aside the Council of State, we don't actually have any institution that gives policy advisory to our various or our past presidents. Okay. In the, as I say, I don't know cabinet and a cabinet. But if we can have a group of people, like they'll have a representative from the labor unions, they'll have a representative from the church or the religious-based institutions. We have a representative from CSOs. We have representative from Ghana Health Service. Then we give a legal framework. More advice and air binding. So if the policy is about education, it goes to that people. Yeah. They go through it as at the consultative stage. They add their input, and now their input is now taken as part of the implementation stage. In Kenya, Bonibia. But we are in Ghana. We've seen most of these committees come and go. You get it? If we can do things right, it will be good. But the normal everyday issue as a yakoshia ya discuss ye ya mom pay them omoko emfaso bi ani so. Okay. And we have the Council of State. What we can do is that we can make laws that will make the Council of State advice binding on the president. You get it? Yeah. And we should give them mandate as in the issues that they can advise on. It shouldn't be general. Yeah. You get it? For instance, matters of national unity and cohesion. Now, advice on how to go whether it's a unity cohesion. By a Council of State. I think it will be waste of time and then waste of our resources. Okay. But if we can make it in such a way that there's legal framework backing them, it will be good.
Okay. Now, looking at the entire state of our governance system, do you think it needs a counseling embodiment where they are going to be advised on how to govern the state and affairs of the country?
Yes, we do. Because we have allowed political vision to drive the development agenda for this country for far too long. Okay. So instead of using the national way of thinking to develop the state, we use
a political way.
Of course. And I don't know, a politician always think about
the party first and the next elections. So by at the end of the results in 20-30 years, the first question you ask myself is, and then I meet me about my results in the year. Because me 20-30 years now, me home for so I won't be the one to benefit. If you can near you to obey me if you are buying. What I say? Yeah. That will always be the mentality of a politician. But how do we decouple our development agenda from our political agenda? We will need this kind of institutions to help us. But maybe we actually need to politicize this kind of institutions as well. Because Council of State, you are politicizing. I say, Obiaba. What institute all different bodies. Yeah.
When you say Ashanti regionals you speak don't have a representative on the Council of State. Yes. Do you know why?
No.
Nipa oko contest NDC ni, NPP ni, and NDC ni. And it appeared that NPP ni ya winning. And omode
didn't talk on
in the up to state, up to today, we need a council of state representative. If we can find ways not to politicize this institution, but the politician always think about the interest, including nooks. Nooks crown on politics, MPP, NDC, SRC elections for Ghana, MPP, NDC, So until we are able to decouple politics from these things, say I don't mind a bit.
Do you think we should have particular merits with which we constitute these council bodies in the states, where we should say that okay, it should strictly be of people who are neutral from any political affiliation?
Who decides who is neutral?
Well, I think unless they
And I just said Nipa Naka meant to abada. Now to abankwan they are neutral. What I say? Because you can decide that this year I'm voting for Mahama.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Who voting Mahama na Mahama president or any president? You cannot say you were neutral. You made a choice.
Okay.
And neutrality is something that bars you from making a choice. Okay. You are in the middle. In the Ghana Hano, we need objective people. You cannot have a neutral person.
Okay.
You need somebody who will be objective in spite of the political stance. He should be able to say adie we die me ye MPP ni kura nso de adie we eye me ye NDC ni nso kura de adie we eye. It shouldn't be say me ye NDC ni bibi MPP baby aye bone bibi NDC baby aye bone. You get it? Once we are able to get objective minds into heading these institutions, I think that instead of having politically biased people cloaked in the sense of I'm neutral. You get it? Yeah, what them here say esinam be fa wunsu no ho. Na okoka na esinam sambo wasum kan honam kase me neutral. Once I have not been fair to you. Yeah. A wunsu I should be able to be objective to say esinam enso ne nya de afana de ma no.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And no fan say me esinam adamfo. And I say me otamfo. Nokre should always be the truth. Nokre, you get it? The truth should always stand. So we need people, in spite of their political coloration, who would stand and be honest, tell us the truth. Say, at the end of the day, me MPP need here, at the end of the day, me NDC need here, but say ye no ebeboa. E kwan ya NDC force o me na ebe no ebe yi a chen kwan ya MPP force o me ebe yi ana kwan ya NDC force o me ye ebe yi no enye yi mo me mfa MPP kwan no in spite say me NDC ni ana say me MPP ni.
Okay,
you get it? Yeah. Because where nipa your lifespan 70 o unya bi bro so a nyankopon na ahira o enti bibia obe na o man we mu no wonye ma ho. Because at the end of the 70 years, the lasting implications affect
the next generation.
Of course. And we must think about the next generation. Say, on mind ben the job. You get it? On mind ben the next generation. If you think like that, you won't always put your political interest first. You put the interest of the nation first. Because me baha na me bre ansa me duru ha. That chance me ba ha. I need to put things in place oba omre.
Okay.
And until ye papa no say be o man go school, o dey go school. Me and papa wan go school. So they me go school because he didn't want me to go through what he had gone through.
Okay.
So now I have education. What do I also leave for my children? I have to leave something that's way more bigger than just education.
Sure.
And it's me papa and me and sit down mamia. I have to give them education and on top of that build a house for them. They will also now come and take the education and the house and do something else for their generation. Until you actually know. Now you started from somewhere. Even though one say by your body, you see the things that you have achieved generation by generation.
Through what you started.
Of course.
Okay.
And that is the kind of mentality we need to build this nation with. In the crime and chroma bay, I could modam ye tema motor win. We don't buy an uncle mat was no my baby. Now we buy no mat was no my baby. You see, can baby on my own kidney. But new plan, I'll come and chromajan honor. You a man for be good. And now call a year, a Canacia. New plan bars is every 50-60 years. A year, Juma. Me boy.
True.
And so ne, can't see a tutor to it. A drew mileage via. I say, I saw Thomas scraps. Pan logo. I saw Thomas scraps for no much. No mind to condemn. What I say?
Sure.
So this is the kind of mentality we should have into these kind of institutions.
Okay. We are drawing closer to the close of the show this morning, and that brings us to our last conversation for the day. The Nurses and Midwifery Association of Ghana are threatening a strike. The basis for this strike is this: they are complaining of their living conditions or their service conditions. They've held talks with previous governments and they went into some agreements, but those agreements failed its implication or implementation. New government has come. They've held talks with the new government, with which they themselves admit that there were some legal irregularities that needed amendments. But afterwards, with further and subsequent approach to government to make sure this thing has been implemented to make their service and their own comfortability, come to bear, nothing has still happened. And so they are threatening a strike. One of the developments in this strike is that a part of their entire body has associated themselves from the strike. The minister has also come out, the Ministry of Health has also come out with a statement that they are quite disappointed in the decision because they held talks with them on numerous occasions. They both know what is on ground to achieve a common goal. And so they're coming back with such a threat. It's not something that they were expecting from them. And they even admonished them to, reconsider their decision on their strike and all. But in all of this, Steve, like what exactly does it take for a government to make or provide comfortability for the workers of public service or workers in public service?
It takes a lot to.
So much so that every year we should go back to negotiating with workers because of strike, because of this, because of that.
For negotiating with workers, there's never going to be an end to it, because the conditions in which we live in changes, and the worker's salary and then condition of service must always go up or be renegotiated to
meet that.
Of course.
Okay.
So for that aspect of it, there's always going to be it. You're going to have that all the time.
Okay.
But you see, sometimes I believe that we try to use these things to blackmail will be too strong.
To strong arm government.
The government. Aban bi na na ewo ho. Oni aban na koye nhye, aban na koye nhye wa implement amount wo free aban mu ko. say we are back now and I and no one who say emrebisi near open home and just says some at least this government has been in power for how many months? 5. Even there are some institutions that are more bored for me. So give it time. And then sometimes some of these things I feel that when they go into the negotiation table, they should add it to say, it should take effect from the day we agreed on it, not when it will be implemented. So if it takes only a binary year and in January, so on to work at your and what I say, oh, January, me to work at your memoir at your tomorrow. It shouldn't take effect from what do you call it? May now or to work at your mono. It should take effect from that one in a year and say, what say, me to work at your in January. So even if he's implementing your agreement in May, that means that the increment will come from January, even though you've already taken your January salary. There's going to be the change, as in the what do you call it? The arrears are the account going forward. So if they had added that to their negotiations, and the implementation stage, would have taken effect from that when the previous government in your NTS. So it's 10 months later, 10 months near, it will become accumulated arrears. By the account covered. But you just go and tell the government, oh, me pay 15% increment, or see you, Martin, the Bemo. Now, Martin, the Bemo, December, I'm saying the Bemo, send me the Bemo. You get it? Yeah. But if you are able to negotiate it and say okay, what's the water? January, you wouldn't mean family January, yeah. December now, so the Bema. Can you boom from January to December and family areas here? We move.
Okay. So, in all, you think the workers should be patient and
they should go to work.
They should go to work.
Yes.
And on the government's side too, what will you?
They should also come up and give them what they want, if only they've agreed to it.
Okay.
I don't like people going back on their word.
Okay.
If you agree to something, live up to it.
Okay, that's fair. Is it? Yeah, pom. Ma oda ken Canada. Na na mo ko different. Oh, okay. Steve.
Yes, sir. And then my contact birthday.
Okay.
Mr. George Mopioko.
And I wish him.
Yes, I wish him a very happy birthday. And then Medana say why me about no penny na wa mama of us for kama pabi.
Wow.
So I'm grateful to him and I wish him all the best. I wish him long life with good health.
God bless him.
Yes.
God bless his new age too. And with that much said, I want to thank you very much for gracing the show once again, as always and as usual, making it so insightful and educative. Before we leave the studios, Steve, are you a football fan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Today I will indulge my producers more. Yesterday, something went on at the Ify Lounge in regards to is it the Conference League?
Yes.
Producer?
European League, European Football Championship.
Saying.
Initial first going to buy the not Chelsea fans near under. Now your commentator no camp no why slow. Because of a Chelsea fan. There will be one. I want to have him the starting by didn't buy into 4-1 against Betis. And right to Chelsea are there.
Oh man, yes, trophy we are my boy. Trophy we are my G. Man City, Mobida. Real Madrid, Mobida. PSG, Mobida. Barcelona, Mobida. Madrid, United, Mobida.
In fact,
United, Mobida. Or they both for the berry. United, they were Conference League for the berry. Or the berry, I come on championship. What I say? When you are there, Wajia was winning. We a trophy. Trophy. We also go ball league in you, baby. Or more bonana. Also, do me one Mujama train, make a stadium. We a car. No crown, make a Azerbaijan,
stadium,
Azerbaijan, baby.
Anyway,
when a car back, a mobile over Jazz and Magic. We need Team Papa Ben Pana chasing in the boy. No more we didn't tell.
Anyway, Saturday, Ify Lounge, wow. Champions League final.
a honor fee, a honor inco, and then there was a day where you can't want them. We can then see a can't want them.
DHM.
Oh, my.
Can want some cry.
All right, now me had my Saturday, coming Saturday, 31st of May. Yeah, a live stream. Our if you launch,
okay,
opposite Ponchi Hotel, and to be our baby, and I can't wish I be now into Becana Antiku. Anya Antiku.
Oh, okay.
Would I wish you count then to say Obera or Quine. The match between PSG and Inter Milan, a very live commentary, no, if you launch. When you Jan screen and Casanga, screen and Casanga, well, a football fan, so you will say when you're Debra. Because a bear and a joke.
When your football fan cries, feel see awful feel.
The beer or
you're no more. You'll be beer.
You have been on a joint in a choir or because of combat beam. You know,
some sound.
The beer or
Ghana, they need you are a who and the idea.
And so I call it on Saboka. Master
Min room the mic away. Min room.
I don't know. Obi am running the numbers. What we PSG fan or PSG fan, or share PSG fan or now whatsoever because I don't have a baby. Bakusubesu.
Watch about
Ocean in favor. I know. A free NGBBR GhanaTalks Radio in partnership with a few launch.
Saturday.
Maybe I say 6 o'clock because I say who say who say Yaba. A few hundreds no any Champions League be a baby and one be streaming the BBR. Yamia Doma, Intino, Obiambra.
Oh, again, now we never been fan on qua.
Oh,
boy, and so now we never been fan on qua.
Upo bisu di ajia.
How big of the idea? And second show, but by the what Uncle Vonum said, talk on all you want to know, you did be baha. It's all by a kind of why I bet general plan. I am my own program. They were okay. Because of that, wow, just no, Session I can wait to me. Ediaba and I think so. You need your hobby. You show hobby be on to men how once I just saw coffee and I say baby. And I have to say, I can't be a benya car, baby bear fever. Wow. And to know, I don't matter to 1st of May, any day. You be live stream no way feel.
Live streaming at the Fear Lounge for the finals of the Champions League.
Who need just here? Who is in number? To be Okruma, bro.
Okay.
And okay. What are you money?
I think Sana, your manager can be a distributor for Jesse and wow, you can't work.
So you need just here.
Oh, Bana only just here. Says here, crowd, you can just get in touch with GhanaTalks Radio on all our social media platforms and also our phone line 0202544614. And we will get Isinam to get you one of the jerseys, your preferred jersey. Every crown now you're now fan. Oh, be share, be so show just no moon who say yeah.
On your trophy that. Oh, be so just no on your trophy
that. Yapon. So yeah, you just get in touch with us, and we will get you a jersey of your preference. This is where we end the show this morning. My name is Parkway Siomare. It's been an honor. Thank you to Wesina, my co-host, my able guest, Mr. Dubé Steven, and also my producer, DJ Cham. Enjoy the rest of your day.